Stay tuned and let's take a look at this Marvel Legends Armadillo Build-A-Figure Wave Spider-Man No Way Home Doctor Strange. Pow, and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And remember, you can now hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Quite simply, show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today, we continue looking at the Marvel Legends Armadillo Build-A-Figure Wave, aka the Spider-Man No Way Home Wave. And in front of me today, we have Doctor Strange, who I'm very happy to get an updated version of. The likeness looks great to Benedict Cumberbatch. We also get these trademark effect pieces now, which are just synonymous with Doctor Strange. Interchangeable hands and a Build-A-Figure head for the Armadillo. So liking the look of this. Obviously no spoilers in this review, but I love the movie as well. There he is on the side of the box, looking very nice. Again, that same image on the back, as well as a write-up that reads, possessing vast mystical knowledge and skills to call upon, Earth's master of the mystic art steps onto the battlefield. Again, very non-spoilery details there. And then as always, you get a list of all the figures in this wave you need to build the Armadillo Build-A-Figure. Today we're reviewing Doctor Strange, but you can call him Stephen. Let's get him open. Here we have Stephen out of the box, and he's right, that does feel weird, but Doctor Strange from No Way Home looks nice. Looks like the best Doctor Strange we have so far, because we do know we're going to be getting another one with the Multiverse of Madness next year, but I take it he can be in many plot spots on the shelf. He comes with an Armadillo Build-A-Figure head, so you know the score. Subscribe to the channel, as I always build the Build-A-Figure last. But yes, he has a head. You cannot skip him for building Armadillo. Doctor Strange himself came with his cape as a separate piece. I've already attached that on there. A set of interchangeable hands, and then another set of interchangeable hands, but this time around they're glued on to these effect pieces. Now these portals, as I said, are now synonymous with the MCU. Very important, look great for displaying as well. And I love now that instead of him just holding an effect piece, they're actually glued to the hands, which look a lot better for display. So I like them. We'll take a close look at them in a minute. But yeah, first impressions of Strange looks very nice. I really like the previous version of Strange we got with the time stone effect on his arm, but this one looks to be even better. Obviously we'll do a comparison. Let's zoom in. So once again, I think Hasbro have done a great job with this 3D digital face printing tech, as well as the sculpt, to create the likeness to Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Doctor Strange on screen, of course. And yeah, this is definitely the best likeness we have got so far. And I say so far because the next one is not far behind. But yeah, this is much better than anything we got so far. Yeah, look at that from certain angles. It is spot on. I love the hairstyle. I sympathise. Maybe I need to grow a goatee and get a cape. But yeah, this looks really nice. I liked the previous one. Like, I didn't dislike the previous one. I probably praised it at the time. But if we look at it now, it's just not as good, is it? It's just not as good. This new one, much better. So I hope that focused and you can caught it. But yeah, from certain angles, spot on. So if I remember to in post, I'll throw up a nice side by side and you tell me, how is the likeness compared to Benedict Cumberbatch? I think it is the man shrunken down in plastic. It's that good. Really nice. So let's zoom out and take a look at the rest of this. So first and foremost, this cape was a separate piece in the box. As you can see, it sits over the shoulders nicely, but it also has this peg here in the middle, and that plugs into the back of Doctor Strange. So it literally, no problem at all, plugs in, sits over his shoulders, and that isn't falling out, people. Like, it is staying in, even if holding him upside down. But I'll take that off for a second just to show you. Inside of the cape has some nice sort of texture to it. On the back, again, all those patterns you see in the film. No details though, all just one colour plastic. And again, more sculpt work. The only details are these clasps up here at the top. You can see they're a little bit gold. But yeah, they look really nice. And yeah, definitely a new cape again compared to this previous one. It's a new mold. It looks a lot nicer. It looks a little bit bigger as well, which I like. Strange himself does come with the Eye of Agamotto, closed of course, because there's no time stone in there at all. And that obviously is a separate piece as well that can come off. So now you've got that separate Eye of Agamotto accessory. But of course it just sits over the neck anyway. Let me do that. There you go. His hand just fell off. Whoops. The actual body looks familiar, but I do think it's different again. I think they've upgraded it a little bit, maybe some reuse here and there, but overall it looks really nice. So there's no ab crunch. The ball joint is all down here, hidden behind the waist piece, that waist bout. So you can get some movement there. He can do the twist. He can look forward, lean forward and back. Not so much, unfortunately, but that's not a big deal for me. Strange is going to be standing there creating portals. He's got these wraps around his wrists. up and down. And as I said, this sort of skirt piece is a separate piece. It's an overlay, hides the articulation up there, and then he has just got normal legs under there that do have like double joints. And there's some cuts here at the back. You can see all these cuts, and that is so you can still get that double jointed articulation on the legs, and it's still room there at the back as well. But it is nicely sculpted, it's nicely painted, got brown on the belt, you got some silver in there as well, yeah, and the buckles, bit of gold. You can actually see his slim ring there in the belt, so he's carrying that with him. Best not let Ned Leeds anywhere near that, spoiler alert. Even the chain has a few different colours in there with red and gold. On the back, though, not so much, because obviously that's going to be covered by the cape anyway, so I don't mind them not painting in the details on the back. Even on the boots are a different colour, but again, the trousers are hidden, so they don't need to be much detail. There are a different bit of colour in the sort of sculpt of the wrists as well. But overall, very nice Doctor Strange. Him, two hands are like sort of a little bit scarred up as well, I believe. Maybe that's just the crack of the plastic, but it is sort of posed in a way, I keep pulling that hand out, it is posed in a way where he could be doing, it has got a hinge, so you can sort of pose it so he's doing a spal of some sort, obviously, which can work really nice for display. But I like that we've got options with this guy. So he has a set of like C-grip hands, like to hold things, but he has nothing to hold. He had these in the old figure because his old effect piece he'd have to hold, but now that doesn't need it. So these hands are pretty rendered useless for Strange unless you want him to hold something, but he has nothing to hold. But he has two holding hands. I like these next two. Pow, look at that. Two little mystical effects. And yeah, we've seen similar things like this in Legends, but these are just next level, that they're actually glued to the hand now as well, like they did with the Time Stone effect. It just really makes a difference when you have effect pieces and accessories that can bring a little bit of life to the display, make it pop, a little bit more fun to look at, and that's exactly what these two little portals do. So two different sizes as well, so there's a little bit of difference there, and you can see they are like all molded in one plastic, but there is a really nice sculpt on here of this sort of mystical effect. Same on this bigger one over here, all nicely sculpted. Probably can't see it on screen, depends how the light hits it, but there is a nice sculpt blended in there of the plastic of those mystical effects that we see in the movies all the time. And if I spin it round, you'll see that it's actually glued to the hand. So it isn't an effect piece that he holds or anything like that. It is actually glued to the fingertips of the hand. So it looks like Strange is making these effects, as I said, with both hands as well. It just works out really, really nice. I like that a lot and really does make a difference to the display. Makes it a lot more fun to look at. So yeah, that is great. And of course, we can use these now because they're interchangeable hands on other Doctor Strange figures, which we will try as well. So let me put this cape back on. And as I said, it sits over the shoulder, plugs into the back there. There you go. And then there you have your Doctor Strange, and look at that. That's going to look great on display. Really liking this. Now, keeping the effects on there, here we have them compared to the previous Doctor Strange. The only movie one I have left in my collection, I think I sold that original one because it didn't have the actual likeness, and I didn't like it. This has been my go-to so far, and I believe that was in the free pack with Thanos and the Iron Man with the glowy chest. And this had the same similar effect pieces, but it also had them on the wrist as well. So, unfortunately, you couldn't really pose him without the Time Stone effects. But Strange has appeared in a few movies now, obviously both the recent Avengers films, he was also in Thor Ragnarok, now in Spider-Man, so he can fit in a few different places on the display, so I'm not complaining that we have two Stranges, and as I said, I like these effect pieces, it brings him to life on the shelf, and if I take these effect pieces away, we can see a better comparison. But before I do, I just want to show you that these effect pieces will also fit on this previous one. So obviously they fit a little bit looser into the hands, like that will literally just spin around, but you can still get it to pose. But unfortunately, as I said, the Time Stone effect is constantly glued on here. So it's a little bit, but you can't see it when you're using the bigger effect piece, but it is still there. That was the only disappointment about this Strange, but I'll still find a place for him. So taking all the effect pieces away as best as I can, here we have a straight up comparison, and I do think this new one is now your go-to Doctor Strange. Like, it is better in every single way compared to the previous version, and this will still fit nicely in an Infinity War display or a Thor display or wherever you want to put him. The cape's a lot brighter in tone. There's also, you can get him in a more natural pose. Like, I like it when you can actually put the arms flat on the side, where on this side side. The arms don't really sit flush with the body. Also, the proportions are better, the articulation's better, and just the overall sculpt of the whole costume is better. So yeah, this previous one, as I said, will still find a place on the shelf, just probably a few rows back now, but this is your new go-to Doctor Strange. Whether you like Spider-Man or not, this is a Doctor Strange figure to get. And yeah, compared to the previous one, there, as I said, there was one more with the original Doctor Strange movie that doesn't have the likeness. I got rid of that. But yeah, these are your go-to, and this one is clearly the best. Here we have Strange compared to the two Spider-Man figures from this No Way Home wave in the movie, and Strange does share scenes with Spider-Man when he's wearing both of these outfits, and they both look really nice with Strange as well, and the height seems about right. Again, I just wish this black one was a little bit more accurate. As I said, in the trailer you can see Strange gives him some sort of accessory for his arm, and there's that box as well from the trailer. Again, I've seen the film, so I know what it's all about, but this guy could have compared with this guy a lot better if it was more accurate. But as I said, move that one out of the way, and these two look really nice and very accurate to what we do see on screen. And as I was mentioning, as Strange hasn't really changed the costume design, or at least the core elements of it, from film to film, this Strange can still fit very nicely into any other collection you have on the shelf. So let's say Infinity War, for example, when he's on the ship and he meets Star-Lord and then Spider-Man with the unmasked head, these all look very nice posed together as well. So as I said, for now, this is definitely your go-to Strange for the Infinity Saga, if you will. And since he is in the Spider-Man live-action movie, here we have a couple of live-action figures in that Spider-Man movie with MJ and Happy Hogan. And believe it or not, I don't actually have any comic Doctor Stranges in my current collection. I sold those black and red ones off a while ago as it wasn't my mind's eye. However, I am holding out hope for the new Walmart exclusive Strange I'm hoping to get in early January. So until then, here we have a nice comic book comparison with Captain Britain and Worthy Hellfire Hank. So, final thoughts on this Doctor Strange from Spider-Man No Way Home. I really like this figure. This is definitely the best MCU Doctor Strange we have so far in the collection. And as I said, I do think this will be a nice Infinity Saga Doctor Strange anywhere on your display, because he hasn't changed his character design too much, and there may be some slight differences, but not noticeable when you just look at him. When you look at him, it's Doctor Strange. So yeah, this is really nice. And those effect pieces really do bring him to life on a display and on a shelf, and makes it so much more interesting to look at. And they're seamless because they're glued to the tips of the fingers, and it just looks really, really nice. And the colours with the red is a little bit brighter compared to the previous one. The likeness is great. Honestly, really, really like this Doctor Strange figure. I like the character, and I'm very curious to see what he's all about in the new movie. So we will be talking about Strange again very soon, I am sure. But for now, happy addition to the collection. And yeah, he played a great part in the movie as well. So you let me know what you think of this Doctor Strange in the comments below. Is it the best one we got so far? Could it be used as an Infinity Saga Doctor Strange? Curious to hear your thoughts in the comments below. But if you want to see more Marvel Legends reviews, you're in the right place. Check out the videos tab, the playlist, but most importantly, please hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. You can also hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. And as always, my name is Dan W. Follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and I'm on Twitter as well at Dan Who Reviews. Tweet me, and I will of course see you on the next one.